Now, Benin's military has been searching for fugitive soldiers behind a foiled coup attempt that left 7 people dead. At least a dozen plotters had been arrested and all hostages, including high-ranking officers, had been released. But the leader of the failed coup reportedly remains on the run. President Patrice Talon and members of the government observed a moment of silence for the victims of Sunday's attempted coup. Government has said that there have been casualties on both sides, including government forces and mutinous soldiers. In Benin's biggest city and commercial hub, Cotonou, supporters of the president held a demonstration denouncing the attempted coup, where residents and organizers even led chants condemning what they described as imposters and murderers behind Sunday's events.
The entire population is concerned, and we never want power by force in Benin again. We never want a coup in Benin again. We never want our fundamentals, our democratic achievements to be taken hostage again. That's why we have mobilized massively to say no to the enemy as one man, to show our support to the head of state, Patrice Talon, our support to the armed forces of Benin, and our support to all the Beninese people.
As security forces stepped up vigilance around key institutions, newspaper headlines declared the situation totally under control. Residents even said that the events were shocking but reinforced their support for the government. In fact, many even said that the incident had strengthened public backing for President Talon.
We really wish courage to President Talon, who has unwavering support. The people are with him. You saw yesterday, despite what happened, the people didn't even know. It was rather a surprise that people were experiencing. People were wondering why. We didn't need this. I believe it strengthens us. And with heads held high, we support the President of the Republic. We will fight as needed so that Benin is respected.
In early hours of Sunday morning, the soldiers, calling themselves the Committee for Refoundation, stormed the national television station and announced the removal of President Talon, dissolution of the government and suspension of all state institutions. But the coup was foiled by Benin's military, supported by Nigerian air and ground forces, which launched a series of attacks against fleeing mutineers. By the fleeing mutineers, the president has now vowed to punish rebels and ensure safety of hostages believed to be senior military officers. And the United Nations Secretary General even expressed his deep concern at the attempt to unconstitutionally seize power in Benin.
Our representative for West Africa and the Sahel, Leonardo Santos Shimao, is actively engaging with national authorities and other stakeholders, as well as regional and international partners, to support efforts to restore peace and stability in Benin.
The West African nation has witnessed multiple coups and attempted coups since its independence from France in 1960. For more details, our correspondent Louisa Oleni has sent us this report.
Calm has now returned to Benin Republic after Sunday's failed coup attempt, a development confirmed by the U.S. Embassy, which has lifted its earlier shelter-in-place advisory for American citizens. President Patrice Talon, in a firm national address, reassured citizens that the situation is fully under control, praising loyal forces for swiftly restoring order and vowing that those behind what he called an act of national betrayal will face justice. Authorities say the suspected mutineers have been arrested, while others linked to the plot remain on the run. On Monday, residents across Cotonou observed a moment of silence in honor of those who lost their lives during the unrest, reflecting both grief and unity in the wake of the attack. From Lagos, Nigeria, Louisa Olani, WION, World is One.